is going on, sports cards fans? Ray from Philly here, and it's Sunday morning, and welcome to an episode where I like to call having to share other YouTubers come on and do their baseball card Hall of Fame ballot. And I have quite a few guests lined up for the rest of this week, but we go on with the best one, my buddy Tony from TJISONLINE. He's starting the ball going, rolling right now. He's my first guest this week. Tony, what's going on, man?
Hey, Ray, thanks for having me on the show. And I think by starting off with me, set the bar low, and you can only go up after me.
Nah, I don't believe that. I go the opposite. Instead of saving the best for last, I do the best for first. But guys, if you don't know out there, Tony runs the basketball card Hall of Fame with me, and that'll be coming up again around this August or September. So stay tuned for that. August. And so Tony's insights, I respect it, and it's truly knowledgeable. So he's going to go over his picks for the pre-war ballot and for the post-war ballot, and this should be a lot of fun. So I look forward to this, Tony. I'm ready when you are, and you can flare away, man, and give me your opinions on what you think is deserving to be in the Hall of Fame or deserving to be even on the ballot. So without further ado, let's bring this on here, and we're going to start with the pre-war ballot. And let me get to that screen so I can scroll. So, yep, I'm ready.
I just wanted to say, I consider three things for a card being worthy of getting a vote, and I hope everyone kind of does the same thing. So you got the player itself, then you got the card itself. How iconic is the card, or how elite is the card, or how popular. Same thing with the player, which we just spoke about. And the third thing is the set. So you got the player, the card itself, and the set. So I take those three into account when it comes to how I vote, and hopefully people do the same. So when I look at the first two Old Judge cards, excellent cards, very hard to get. I wish I had them in my collection, but no, neither one of them gets a vote for me.
Right. And I have the same theory as far as what I would pick if I was voting. We're going to move down the slide here, and we have the 1910 E90-1 Shoeless Joe, considered to be the true rookie card, and the 1909 T206 Tris Speaker, right? You would agree that the Shoeless Joe is considered as true rookie, right?
I think so. The Old Mill card is also called that, but it's a minor league jersey that he's wearing. But while I do consider this the true Shoeless Joe Jackson rookie card, I think it's one of the ugliest cards ever made. I can't vote for it.
And it doesn't fit all three of your criteria, which I totally respect. I mean, there's cards on here that when we get to it, I'm going to share my thoughts as well, where people think this has to be in. And when I first look at it, I'm like, one of the criteria was the same for you, as the appearance of it just didn't do it for me. But all right,
I wish I had it, but I wish I owned it. In fact, I wish I owned any Shoeless Joe Jackson card. But I mean, I wouldn't kick this out of my, collection, out of my box, out of my little box or my bed, under my bed. Now the Tris Speaker card, the T206 Tris Speaker, iconic player. Not so much as he used to be. Quality, excellent card, and great set. But when was the last time anyone ever came up to you and said, geez, I really want a Tris Speaker for the T206? Or when has a Tris Speaker ever been considered part of the elite cards of that set? So just for that reason.
Never.
And I'm a Tris Speaker fan. I mean, I'm a 1912 Boston Red Sox fan. I mean, Joe Wood, Speaker, just Carrigan, I love the team, but I can't vote for this card.
Okay. Next up, we have the 1909 T206 Sherry Maggie error card, and another error card, the 1909 T206 Joe Doyle National error.
So for the Maggie McGee, he's not the player, but the card is iconic, and it's in an iconic set. And every time someone talks about truly completing the T206 monster set, the Maggie is always considered one of the top 4 cards. So for that reason alone, I say, yes, it gets my vote. And the card it's not just a card that was found in the last 20 years. This has been an iconic card in the hobby for as long as I can remember, and even reading magazines back from the 1970s. Great card. It gets my vote.
The Joe Doyle?
Nope, the
Oh,
Maggie.
Maggie. Okay.
Now, the Joe Doyle, I think it's a great card. I wish I owned it. Unfortunately, it doesn't get my vote, even though it is a top card in the set and it is an error card and it was corrected, just like the Maggie, but it can't get my vote on this because it doesn't have the iconic status
Right.
as the McGee one.
Right. And we're staying on the board here with more T206. We have the Christy Mathewson dark cap. I mean, some could say you can do either one with the dark or the white. They're kind of similar. And the T206 Addy Joss card.
Okay, so the Mathewson gets my vote. I know he has a portrait card, but it's not a typical portrait card as the other Hall of Famers have. It's not like a straight on photograph. But this cap, this photo here, regardless of the cap color, it's iconic. It's used in a lot of other sets, and it's Christy Mathewson. Two thumbs up.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that if I voted was one of my 5 that I picked as well.
The Addy Joss, I think this is the wrong card to have to represent him. I think we should have his T205, where, one of the first cards made with a back that actually talks about the player and not just an ad back. I think that's a more iconic card. Not only is it a beautiful gold border front card, but the back of the card is where the true story is, how it tells about the benefit game that was
Right.
played on his family's behalf, which eventually turned into the All-Star game.
Right.
So that gets my vote. The Mathewson, Charles Snow.
Okay. 1909 T206 Mordecai, 3-finger brown, and the 1911 T3 Turkey red, Ty Cobb.
So for these 4 cards on the screen, and I know we haven't mentioned the 2 below, I'll just say no to 3-finger brown, even though I like them. No to the Turkey red Cobb. No to the card to the Crawford. I mean, Crawford, excellent player, still holds the Major League record for triples, I believe, but no, that doesn't get the vote. But the T202 card, the Hassan Trifode, that gets my vote. You have 3 Hall of Famers on a single card, really 2 Hall of Famers, and you got Jennings, you got Cobb, and you have the most iconic photograph, arguably, in the history of Major League Baseball,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the Ty Cobb sliding into third base. So that gets my vote.
Okay. And a big set here from Cracker Jack, the 1914 Cracker Jack Grover Cleveland Alexander, this is a returnee on the ballot. This was on the ballot last year, and this is a new card on the ballot this year, the 14 Cracker Jack of Walter Johnson.
Grover Cleveland doesn't get my vote. I really want to. This was almost in the top 5. The card has been gaining a lot of value and demand in recent years. So even if you lump the 14 and the 15, I say no for this, even though I wish I had this card in my collection. I don't even think it's its nicest card, but great card. Now the Cracker Jack, Walter Johnson, it's one of his best cards ever made, right up there with the iconic T206 portrait and his Ramley. So I say the 14-15 Cracker Jack Wojo gets my vote.
Okay. And we're going to move down. There's another Cracker Jack card, the 14-15 Cracker Jack Eddie Collins, and that's a new card on the ballot, and a returnee that came close to getting in last year. Some consider the rookie card for the 25 exhibit, Lou Gehrig.
So the Eddie Collins, I'm a fan of him as a player. Card wise, no. I mean, unless you're putting together a Cracker Jack set or the Hall of Fame subset of all the players in either or both Cracker Jack sets, I don't see too many people banging down the door for this Eddie Collins card. And even if they were, it just doesn't do it for me. Now the next card is a whole different story.
The Lou Gehrig?
Yeah, I was going to let you do the intro.
Oh, the 1925 exhibit, Lou Gehrig. Some say the rookie card, and this has done very well the past couple of years. It's been creeping up the vote ladder, and last year I think it finished in the top 15. Back when I only did one whole ballot and the top 10 got in, it was somewhere between 11 and 15. So your thoughts on the exhibit Lou Gehrig card?
Right. When you were growing up and we had price guides, whether they were annual guides or
I didn't
monthly
think of this.
guides,
I never saw this card.
same here. Never saw it. I always assumed the 33 Gaudy
Reality. Yeah.
was the rookie card, and he has two cards in that set. Number 160, a little bit hard. It's about half as rare as the number 92, I believe. But that's a great card. But when you look at a card that came out 7, 8 years prior, and it's a true Playing Day card, just like the 33 Gaudy is, but it's a photo. I don't care of it being oversized. This gets my vote. It's a true rookie card, and it kind of reminds me of what we went through with the basketball card Hall of Fame ballot, because you got some people calling the 86 Flair MJ the rookie card. You got other people calling the 84, 85 Star
Right.
MJ's true rookie card. They both were distributed kind of the same way. 86 Flair came in packs. The exhibit card was a different distribution method, but this gets my vote because it's a fantastic card, and it's an earlier card.
Right. Yeah, it's a good analogy with the Jordan 86 Fleer and his star card. So yeah. And coming up, this next one is my favorite card on the entire ballot for the pre-war, is the 1909 E95 Philadelphia Caramel Hannes Wagner, and a card that was on the ballot a few years ago and actually got bumped off and is now making its return, is the 33 Gaudy Jerome Dizzy Dean.
The E95 Wagner never should have been bumped off. If this
And
card gets
right,
voted bumped off, I think people should reevaluate how they vote for cards.
right,
The
exactly.
the Disney Dean was a more popular card Ray, back when we were growing up. You know, I mean, Dizzy, he was considered an elite Hall of Famer. He was an announcer, did some big ball games, short career because of an injury. Great set. It's just I can't vote for it with the other cards on the ballot.
Hmm. What about the Wagner? Is that a yes or no?
No, I think I'm already up to my five. But if I had
That's
six
right.
or seven votes, this would definitely be a yes, because Wagner has another card, and I forget if it's in the Hall of Fame. It's another caramel issue,
Hmm.
I believe, but he looks like the Penguin from
Oh,
Batman, where it's a sideways view, and it shows his nose and everything. I don't like that Penguin card, but I love this one.
yeah, that I really, yeah, this I forgot. Besides the Dizzy Dean, that Philadelphia Caramel Hannes Wagner was on the ballot and got bumped off on the first year. That means when I say bumped off, of people who are watching, that means it was in the bottom 5 for voting. And how I did it before was the top 10 cards and votes, because it was just one ballot. It's not separated like it is now. It was one ballot. The top 10 in voting got in, and the bottom 5 got bumped off. So believe it or not, the first year that card was on the ballot was on the bottom 5, which I'm like, come on, I'm giving it another chance to at least try and stay on the ballot rather than getting bumped off. I was really shocked. But Dizzy Dean was bumped off. That's also back on. Here's a couple more Gaudy cards. The 33 Gaudy Lefty Grove. One of my favorite 33 Gaudys is this Lefty Grove, being that he's a Philadelphia A's legend. And a 33 Gaudy Rogers Hornsby. Um, what are your thoughts? I know you're out of your votes, but were these something that was right outside of your top 5?
Well, the Wagner was that we just previously
Right.
talked about. I wanted to vote for the Lefty Grove card. I think it's a great card. I just didn't have enough votes.
Hmm.
I mean, I do like some of his other issues. The DeLong is really nice, and the U.S. Caramel. But in terms of aesthetics, I will put this right up with the best of Lefty Grove cards. I just don't
Hmm.
have enough votes. Hornsby, great card, excellent player. Not too many people talk about him anymore, and it's sad, but it just didn't get my vote.
Hmm. And then we had another couple more Gaudis here. 33 Gaudy Carl Hubble, 33 Gaudy Al Simmons. Um, To me, they
I
were close but no cigar as far as my top 5 or
I
even
don't
top
think
10.
I don't think these two cards should even be on the ballot.
Right.
So if you vote for
Agree.
these cards, I respect you, but I just think you're wrong.
And then a lot of people love this next card, the 34 Diamond Stars, Jimmy Fox in the catcher gear, and the 34 Diamond Stars Melot. This is actually a beautiful card. Both of these cards are really nice. Diamond Stars cards in general are really, really super nice, but uh, these were, I would say, in the 10 to 15 range for me. They got a lot of respect from me, um, but weren't in my top 5, not my top 10, but pretty high up, 10 to 15, I would say.
I feel bad for these two cards. They're like the redheaded stepchild of
Hmm.
this ballot, or this redheaded stepchildren of this ballot, because they're excellent cards. They're really, I would love to own both. I almost bought the Jimmy Fox at the Cleveland National in 2024. Unfortunately, the dealer wouldn't come down a little bit, so I passed up on it. Haven't found a nice one like that since, and that was like a PSA 3. It wasn't even like a high grade, which is a fantastic card. Uh, but it's just the other cards on the ballot are too strong.
Right. And then last but not least was the Pee Wee Reese rookie 41 play ball. It's been, this is, I think it's second or third year this year on the ballot. It has been doing pretty well. This I had in my top 10. Um, I just love the card. I love the 41 play ball set. It is a rookie card, and it's a rookie card of a Hall of Famer. So it didn't make my top 5, but I definitely had it pretty far up there.
True Hall of Fame rookie card, excellent player. I think it's probably his second best card ever made after the 53 Bowman color,
Yeah.
where they staged him jumping up in the air, but I didn't vote for this one.
Yeah. And
Um,
that card's in the
yeah.
Hall of Fame too, by the way.
Yep.
All right, so that is your, and let's go go back real quickly to your choices here. You were selecting the Tito 6 Sherry Maggie error card, 1909 Tito 6 Christy Mathewson Dark Cap, the 1912 Triple Sun Ty Cobb card, great card, 1914 Cracker Jack Wojo Walter Johnson, and the 25 Exhibit Lou Gehrig rookie card. So excellent choices, in my opinion. So we're going to move on now to the post-war ballot.